Total Rich Rewire. Written and published by Rich Audiobooks. You don't need more hustle, you need a new wiring. Total Rich Rewire is about stripping away the mental limits, inherent beliefs, and outdated programs that quietly sabotage your wealth. Because no matter how much strategy you follow, if your inner code isn't aligned with abundance, the results will never stick. Are you ready to rewire your thoughts, your energy, and your identity for total, lasting wealth? This is not a tweak, it's a transformation. And once the shift happens inside, your outer world won't have a choice but to follow. Lesson 1. Delete scarcity, install abundance. The human mind is like a computer running ancient software. Deep within our neural pathways lies a primitive program designed for a world of scarce resources, constant threats, and daily survival. This scarcity programming served our ancestors well, helping them survive through harsh winters and lean times. But in today's world of unprecedented abundance and opportunity, this outdated mental coding has become our greatest obstacle to wealth creation. Think of your current financial situation as the output of this ancestral programming. Every time you hesitate to invest, clutch tightly to your savings, or feel anxiety about spending money, you're experiencing the effects of scarcity coding in your neural pathways. These automated responses aren't your conscious choices. They're the result of deeply embedded patterns running silently in the background of your mind. The first step in rewiring your brain for abundance is becoming aware of these scarcity triggers in your daily life. Notice how you react when you check your bank balance, receive a bill, or face an unexpected expense. These moments reveal your current programming in action. Pay attention to the physical sensations, emotional responses, and automatic thoughts that arise. This awareness creates the space needed for new programming to take root. Understanding the source of these patterns helps dissolve their power over you. Your scarcity mindset likely developed through early experiences with money, observations of how your family handled finances, and subtle cultural messages about wealth. Perhaps you witnessed your parents arguing about money, experienced financial hardship, or absorbed limiting beliefs about rich people. These experiences created neural pathways that now automatically activate in financial situations. To delete scarcity programming, you must first interrupt these automatic patterns. When you notice scarcity thoughts arising, pause and take a deep breath. This simple act creates a momentary break in the pattern, allowing you to insert new programming. In this space, consciously choose to view the situation through the lens of abundance. Where scarcity sees limitation, abundance sees opportunity. Where scarcity predicts loss, abundance anticipates gain. The installation of abundance programming requires consistent practice and repetition. Begin each day by immersing yourself in abundance. Step outside and observe the limitless air you breathe, the endless sunlight streaming down, the abundant nature surrounding you. Let your mind marinate in these tangible examples of the universe's unlimited resources. This practice begins rewiring your neural pathways to recognize abundance as the natural state of reality. Throughout your day, actively seek evidence that supports your new abundance programming. Notice the countless opportunities for wealth creation that exist in the modern world. Observe how money flows freely through the economy, how fortunes are built through innovation and exchange, how value creation leads to reward. Each observation strengthens your new neural pathways while weakening the old scarcity circuits. Transform your environment to reinforce this new programming. Surround yourself with symbols and reminders of abundance. Create a visual dashboard of your financial goals. Maintain a gratitude journal focused on monetary blessings, and regularly expose yourself to examples of wealth creation. Your brain adapts to your environment, so make yours reflect the abundance mindset you're installing. The most powerful way to solidify this new programming is through aligned action. Each time you make a decision from a place of abundance rather than scarcity, you strengthen the new neural pathways. Start small, perhaps by leaving a generous tip, making a confident investment, or spending money on your education without fear. Each action rewires your brain's relationship with money and resources. As your new abundance programming takes hold, you'll notice subtle shifts in your perception and behavior. Opportunities you previously overlooked become obvious. Resources you thought were scarce reveal themselves as plentiful. The anxiety around money begins to dissolve, replaced by a calm confidence in your ability to generate and attract wealth. This is your brain's new software operating efficiently, free from the limitations of scarcity thinking. Lesson 2. Money Beliefs, the hidden code running your life. Deep within your mind runs a complex system of beliefs about money, a hidden code that shapes every financial decision you make. This intricate web of thoughts, emotions, and automatic responses was installed early in your life, primarily through childhood experiences and observations. Like software running in the background of a computer, these money beliefs operate silently, yet powerfully, influencing everything from your career choices to your spending habits. Think back to your earliest memories of money. Perhaps you witnessed your parents arguing about bills, or maybe you absorbed their quiet anxiety about finances during tough times. These moments weren't just passing experiences, they became foundational programming in your psychological relationship with wealth. Your mind created associations and drew conclusions that now form the bedrock of your financial reality. Consider how your family spoke about wealthy people when you were growing up. Did they admire successful entrepreneurs, or did they make dismissive comments about those rich folks? These subtle messages shaped your current perception of wealth and, more importantly, your belief about whether you deserve to be wealthy. Many people carry unconscious programming that wealth is somehow wrong, selfish, or morally questionable, a devastating belief that sabotages their financial potential. Your money blueprint manifests in countless daily decisions. When you hesitate to negotiate a higher salary, that's your programming at work. When you immediately spend a windfall instead of investing it, that's your hidden code executing its commands. When you feel guilty about charging what you're worth, that's your early money messaging asserting itself. These patterns aren't random. They're the predictable output of your internal wealth operating system. The 4 primary money archetypes, the saver, the spender, the avoider, and the money monk, each represent distinct patterns of financial behavior rooted in early programming. Savers often grew up with scarcity and learned that hoarding equals security. Spenders might have experienced deprivation and now unconsciously rebel against it. Avoiders typically witnessed financial trauma and protect themselves by disconnecting from money matters entirely. Money monks learn that wealth is spiritually or morally wrong and unconsciously sabotage their success to remain pure. Understanding these archetypes helps explain why traditional financial advice often fails. When experts tell an avoider to create a budget, they're fighting against deep psychological resistance. When they advise a money monk to raise their prices, they're confronting powerful unconscious beliefs about the morality of wealth. Real financial transformation requires more than surface-level behavior changes. It demands a fundamental rewiring of these core money beliefs. Your wealth identity, how you see yourself in relation to money, emerges from this complex web of beliefs. If you've internalized the message that people like us don't get rich, or money changes people for the worse, you've created an invisible ceiling on your financial potential. This identity shapes your actions in subtle but profound ways, from the opportunities you notice to the risks you're willing to take. The good news is that this hidden code isn't fixed. It can be rewritten. Through conscious examination and deliberate reprogramming, you can install new, empowering beliefs about money. Start by observing your automatic thoughts and reactions around finances. Notice when resistance arises and ask yourself what early programming might be triggering it. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself about money and wealth. These observations become the entry points for transforming your money blueprint. Your current financial reality isn't a reflection of your potential, it's a reflection of your programming. By understanding and consciously reshaping your money beliefs, you can install a new code that supports rather than sabotages your wealth-building efforts. The path to financial abundance begins with recognizing and rewriting your hidden scripts that have been running your life. Lesson 3. Rewrite the story of wealth you tell yourself. Every moment of your financial life is shaped by a story you've been telling yourself about money, success, and your place in the world of wealth. This narrative runs continuously in the background of your mind, influencing every decision you make about money, from how you negotiate your salary to whether you invest in opportunities or let them pass by. Your current money story likely began forming in childhood, pieced together from observations, experiences, and messages you received from family, society, and early life events. Perhaps you witnessed your parents struggling with bills and internalized the belief that money is always tight. Maybe you grew up hearing phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, which became foundational elements of your wealth narrative. The power of these stories lies in their ability to create self-fulfilling prophecies. When you believe money is scarce, you unconsciously make decisions that reinforce that scarcity. You might hesitate to ask for raises, talk yourself out of profitable investments, or sabotage opportunities for financial growth. All because these actions don't fit your internal narrative about wealth. But here's the transformative truth. You have the power to consciously craft a new story about wealth that serves your highest potential. This isn't about creating fantasy or denial. It's about intentionally choosing a narrative that aligns with your desired financial reality. Start by examining your current money story with brutal honesty. Write down the phrases you often repeat about money, the beliefs you hold about wealthy people, and the limitations you've accepted as truth. Now, imagine yourself as the author of a new financial story, where you are the protagonist who naturally attracts and grows wealth. Begin writing this new narrative, incorporating elements of your authentic self while stretching beyond your current limitations. Replace "I never have enough" with "money flows to me easily through multiple channels." Transform "wealth is only for the lucky few" into "I create my own financial success through awareness and action." Your brain naturally resists new stories that feel too far from your current reality. This is why visualization becomes crucial in the rewriting process. Spend time each day immersing yourself in detailed mental scenes of your new wealth story. See yourself confidently making investment decisions, receiving unexpected income, and managing large sums of money with ease. Feel the emotions associated with financial abundance, the peace, freedom, and excitement of living your new money story. The most powerful way to cement your new narrative is through aligned action. Look for opportunities to act as if your new story is already true. When faced with financial decisions, ask yourself, what would the wealthy version of me do in this situation? Then take action from that perspective, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. This might mean investing in yourself, negotiating more assertively, or saying yes to opportunities you previously would have dismissed. Your wealth story isn't just about you. It's about the value you bring to others and the legacy you create. Incorporate elements of contribution, impact, and purpose into your new narrative. This creates a story that's not only more compelling, but also more sustainable and fulfilling. When your wealth story includes making a difference in the world, your brain becomes more committed to making it reality. As you live into your new wealth story, you'll notice your relationship with money beginning to shift. Opportunities that were previously invisible will start appearing. Decisions about money will become clearer and more confident. Your actions will naturally align with those of a person who expects and creates financial success. This is the power of conscious narrative creation. It literally rewires your brain to operate from a new set of beliefs about what's possible for your financial future. Lesson 4. Affirmations that restructure your reality. The most powerful force in reshaping your financial destiny lies in the words you consistently feed your mind. While traditional affirmations have gained both followers and skeptics, the neuroscience behind carefully constructed statements reveals their genuine ability to rewire neural pathways and create lasting change in your wealth consciousness. Your brain operates like a sophisticated computer, constantly processing the inputs it receives and creating corresponding neural patterns. When you repeatedly expose your mind to specific thoughts and statements, you strengthen particular neural connections while weakening others. This neuroplasticity is the foundation for using affirmations as a tool for profound financial transformation. The key difference between effective and ineffective affirmations lies in their ability to engage both the logical and emotional centers of your brain. To create affirmations that actually restructure your reality, you must move beyond generic statements like, "I am wealthy," or "money flows to me easily." These surface-level declarations often trigger internal resistance because they conflict with your current reality. Instead, craft statements that bridge the gap between your present situation and desired outcome. For example, "I am developing my ability to recognize and act on profitable opportunities," or "Each day, I'm expanding my capacity to create and manage wealth effectively." The neurological impact of affirmations multiplies when you incorporate sensory elements and emotional resonance. When stating your affirmations, visualize specific details of your desired financial reality, the numbers in your bank account, the investments you're making, the feelings of security and freedom you experience. This multisensory approach activates multiple brain regions, creating stronger neural imprints and accelerating your transformation. Your affirmation practice must also address the subconscious fears and doubts that typically arise during wealth building. Include statements that specifically counteract your most persistent limiting beliefs. If you struggle with feeling deserving of wealth, Use affirmations like, "I provide immense value to others through my work and deserve abundant compensation," or "My increasing wealth enables me to make a greater positive impact in the world." Flint principle and television timing proves crucial for maximizing the effectiveness of your affirmations. Your brain is most receptive to new programming during two key periods: immediately upon waking and just before sleep. During these times, your brain waves operate at frequencies that facilitate deeper absorption of new information. Create a morning and evening ritual of speaking your affirmations while in a relaxed, focused state. The power of affirmations compounds through consistent repetition and emotional investment. Treat them as more than just words. They are actual instructions to your neural network for creating new wealth-forcing patterns. Speak them with conviction, feeling the truth of each statement in your body. Your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones, so make your affirmation practice as experiential as possible. Monitor the subtle shifts in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as you maintain your affirmation practice. Notice how your natural responses to financial situations begin to align with your new programming. Pay attention to the opportunities you start recognizing, the confident decisions you make, and the wealthy behaviors that begin feeling normal and natural to you. These changes signal the successful restructuring of your reality through the purposeful use of affirmations. Your daily affirmation practice serves as a powerful tool for mental rewiring, but it must be combined with aligned action. As your brain adapts to new patterns of thinking about wealth, it will prompt you toward behaviors that match your new programming. Follow these impulses. They are signs that your neural restructuring is taking hold and creating tangible changes in your financial reality. Lesson 5. Rewire your reaction to opportunity. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary wealth and those who remain financially stagnant often comes down to a singular ability: recognizing and acting on opportunities. Your brain is constantly processing millions of data points, but what you consciously notice depends entirely on your internal programming. Think of your mind as a sophisticated filter, letting in what it believes is important and filtering out what it deems irrelevant. Most people have been programmed to recognize threats rather than opportunities, a survival mechanism from our ancestral past. This ancient wiring causes us to approach potential opportunities with skepticism, hesitation, and often paralyzing fear. The wealthy, however, have rewired their brains to spot patterns of possibility where others see only risk or nothing at all. They've developed what we might call an opportunity consciousness, a heightened awareness of potential combined with the emotional readiness to act. The good news is that opportunity recognition is a learnable skill. Your brain possesses incredible neuroplasticity, allowing you to forge new neural pathways that automatically scan for and identify profitable possibilities. The process begins with expanding your definition of what constitutes an opportunity. Many people expect opportunities to arrive as obvious, fully formed prospects. In reality, they often appear as subtle hints, seemingly random connections, or problems begging for solutions. Training your opportunity response system requires deliberate exposure to new situations and ideas. Start consuming information from diverse sources, especially outside your usual sphere of interest. This creates new neural connections and increases your pattern recognition capabilities. When you encounter new information, practice asking yourself, "How could this be valuable? What possibilities does this present?" These questions program your brain to move beyond surface-level observation into opportunity-seeking mode. The next critical component is rewiring your emotional response to potential opportunities. Fear, doubt, and overthinking often short-circuit our ability to act on promising prospects. Begin building your courage muscle through small, calculated risks. Each time you step slightly outside your comfort zone and survive, you strengthen your capacity for bigger opportunities. Start with low-stakes decisions and gradually increase the complexity and significance of the opportunities you pursue. Creating a personal opportunity protocol can systematize your approach to potential prospects. When you encounter a possible opportunity, resist the immediate impulse to dismiss it. Instead, engage your newly developed opportunity consciousness by asking specific questions. What's the potential upside? What resources would I need? Who could help me? What's the worst that could happen? This structured approach helps bypass the emotional reactions that typically derail opportunity evaluation. Time is often the critical factor in capitalizing on opportunities. The wealthy have learned to make decisions quickly, understanding that perfect information is rarely available. Develop your rapid evaluation skills by setting decision timeframes. When an opportunity presents itself, give yourself a specific window to gather essential information and make a choice. This prevents analysis paralysis and trains your brain to process opportunities efficiently. Your environment plays a crucial role in opportunity recognition. Surround yourself with people who actively seek and act on opportunities. Their mindset will naturally influence yours, and their networks will expose you to more possibilities. Create systems that help you capture and evaluate opportunities, whether it's a digital note-taking system, a decision-making framework, or regular brainstorming sessions with like-minded people. Opportunity recognition is intimately connected to preparation. The more knowledge, skills, and resources you accumulate, the more opportunities you'll be equipped to recognize and seize. Consider each skill you develop and each relationship you build as expanding your opportunity recognition surface area. This preparedness creates a positive feedback loop. The more opportunities you're ready for, the more you'll notice, and the more you'll be able to capitalize on them. Lesson 6. Build an inner system that attracts fortune. Your internal system operates like a powerful magnet, constantly drawing experiences and opportunities that match your dominant thoughts and beliefs. While many dismiss the concept of attraction as mystical thinking, modern neuroscience reveals how our reticular activating system filters reality based on our core beliefs and expectations. This natural mechanism explains why two people can face the same situation yet notice entirely different opportunities. Creating an inner system that attracts fortune starts with establishing complete congruence between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When these three elements align, you generate a coherent energy field that others can sense and respond to. Think of successful entrepreneurs who seem to have a golden touch. They've developed this internal alignment through years of conscious and unconscious programming. The foundation of your wealth attraction system begins with mental clarity. You must eliminate conflicting beliefs about money and success that create static in your energy field. For instance, if you consciously desire wealth but subconsciously believe rich people are unethical, this misalignment will repel the very opportunities you seek. Through daily meditation and self-reflection, you can identify and resolve these contradictions, creating a clear channel for abundance to flow. Emotional resonance forms the next crucial component of your attraction system. Your feelings serve as the fuel that powers your wealth magnetism. When you consistently generate emotions of gratitude, excitement, and certainty about your financial future, you broadcast a frequency that attracts similar energies. This isn't about forcing fake positivity, but rather cultivating genuine emotional states that naturally align with wealth and abundance. Your physical environment plays a vital role in reinforcing your inner system. Your workspace, home, and daily surroundings should reflect the wealth consciousness you're developing. This doesn't mean spending beyond your means, but rather maintaining order, beauty, and quality in your immediate environment. When your outer world mirrors your inner aspirations, it creates a powerful feedback loop that strengthens your wealth attraction capacity. The compound effect of consistent inner work cannot be overstated. Small daily practices, maintained over time, reshape your entire relationship with money and success. Start each morning by visualizing your desired financial reality with full sensory engagement. Throughout the day, practice maintaining high energy states regardless of external circumstances. End each evening by reviewing and celebrating the day's abundance, no matter how small. Your wealth attraction system must include specific protocols for handling setbacks and maintaining momentum. When challenges arise, successful wealth attractors don't fall into victim mentality or scarcity thinking. Instead, they've developed automatic responses that reframe obstacles as opportunities and maintain their abundance frequency even in difficult times. Implementing strategic gratitude practices amplifies your attraction power exponentially. This goes beyond simple appreciation. It involves actively seeking evidence of abundance in your life and consciously expanding your capacity to receive. The more you acknowledge and appreciate the wealth already present in your life, the stronger your attraction field becomes. The most powerful wealth attraction systems operate on autopilot through carefully cultivated habits. Start by identifying 3 daily practices that align with your wealth consciousness goals. These might include morning visualizations, midday wealth affirmations, and evening abundance journaling. As these practices become automatic, your inner system naturally begins attracting greater financial opportunities with less conscious effort. Your inner system for attracting fortune ultimately becomes your personal wealth generator, working continuously in the background of your life. By maintaining high standards in your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you create an unstoppable force that naturally draws success toward you. The key lies in consistent refinement and trust in the process, knowing that every improvement to your inner system multiplies your external results. Lesson 7. Reset the emotional triggers around money. Money is far more than numbers on a screen or paper in your wallet. It's a powerful emotional trigger that can instantly shift your state of mind. Every time you check your bank balance, receive a bill, or make a purchase, your brain processes these experiences through an intricate web of emotional associations built over your lifetime. These emotional triggers around money often operate completely outside your conscious awareness, yet they drive many of your financial decisions and ultimately shape your wealth destiny. Understanding your emotional relationship with money begins with recognizing that financial triggers are deeply personal and unique to your life experience. Perhaps you feel a wave of anxiety when discussing salary negotiations, or maybe shame surfaces when you're unable to afford something you desire. These emotional responses aren't random. They're programmed reactions based on past experiences, family dynamics, and societal conditioning around wealth. The good news is that these emotional triggers aren't permanently wired into your nervous system. Through conscious awareness and deliberate reprogramming, you can reset your emotional responses to money situations. The first step is to create an emotional inventory of your money triggers. Pay close attention to your body's physical responses when handling financial matters. Do you notice tension in your shoulders when paying bills? Does your heart rate increase when checking investment accounts? These physical sensations are valuable clues to your underlying emotional patterns. Once you've identified your triggers, you can begin the process of emotional neutralization. This involves exposing yourself to money situations while maintaining a state of calm awareness. Start with small financial activities that produce mild emotional responses. Practice breathing techniques and mindfulness exercises while engaging in these activities. Over time, your nervous system will learn to associate these financial tasks with a state of emotional balance rather than stress or anxiety. The next phase involves installing positive emotional triggers around money. This goes beyond mere neutralization. It's about creating genuine positive associations with wealth. Begin by identifying moments of financial success or abundance in your life, no matter how small. Really feel into the positive emotions associated with these experiences. What did it feel like when you received an unexpected bonus or found a great deal? Anchor these positive feelings through visualization and physical gestures that you can easily repeat. Your self-worth and money worth are intimately connected, and healing one naturally affects the other. Many people carry deep-seated beliefs that they don't deserve wealth, or that having money somehow makes them a less worthy person. Challenge these beliefs by regularly acknowledging your intrinsic value independent of your financial situation. Practice self-compassion when making financial mistakes, and celebrate your money wins without diminishing their significance. The process of resetting emotional triggers requires consistency and patience. Create daily rituals that reinforce positive money emotions. This might include expressing gratitude for your current resources, visualizing yourself handling large sums of money with confidence, or practicing power poses before financial discussions. These small actions, repeated consistently, begin to rewire your emotional circuitry around money. Emotional transformation often happens in layers. As you clear one level of money emotional blocks, deeper layers may surface for healing. Welcome this as a sign of progress rather than viewing it as a setback. Each emotional trigger you reset creates more space for wealth to flow naturally into your life. Your new emotional programming becomes a powerful attractor for financial opportunities and abundant experience. Through conscious emotional reprogramming, you're not just changing how you feel about money, you're transforming your entire relationship with wealth. As your emotional triggers shift from fear and scarcity to confidence and abundance, you'll notice changes in how you handle financial decisions, interact with opportunities, and ultimately accumulate wealth. Your emotions become allies in your wealth-building journey rather than obstacles to overcome. Lesson 8. Align your thoughts with rich outcomes. The gap between where you are and where you want to be financially often comes down to one critical factor: thought alignment. When your thoughts are perfectly aligned with wealthy outcomes, your actions naturally follow suit, creating a seamless path to abundance. This alignment isn't about positive thinking alone. It's about creating a complete internal architecture that supports and generates wealth. Think of your thoughts as invisible architects, constantly designing your financial future. Every thought about money, success, and wealth creates neural pathways that either support or sabotage your desired outcomes. The key is to ensure these thoughts are working in harmony, all pointing toward the same prosperous destination. When you experience internal conflict, like wanting wealth while simultaneously believing it's wrong to desire money, you create resistance that prevents forward momentum. The alignment process begins with auditing your current thought patterns. Throughout your day, your mind generates thousands of thoughts about money and success. These thoughts form patterns, and these patterns create your financial reality. Start noticing these thoughts without judgment. Are they aligned with wealth creation? Do they support your financial goals? Or do they pull you in opposite directions, creating mental friction that wastes your creative energy? Wealthy people maintain remarkable consistency in their thought patterns about money. They don't oscillate between believing in abundance one day and fearing scarcity the next. Their thoughts remain steadily focused on growth, opportunity, and expansion. This consistency creates a powerful foundation for wealth attraction. Your goal is to develop this same level of thought alignment, where every money thought supports your journey to financial success. The process of alignment requires regular mental maintenance. Just as you would tune up a high-performance vehicle, your wealth-oriented thoughts need consistent refinement. This means consciously choosing thoughts that serve your financial goals and immediately redirecting those that don't. When you catch yourself thinking about financial limitations, immediately shift to thoughts of abundance and possibility. This isn't denial, it's strategic thought selection. Your brain seeks evidence to support your dominant thoughts. When you consistently think in alignment with wealth, you'll begin noticing opportunities you previously missed. Your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information, will highlight possibilities that match your wealthy thought patterns. This creates a powerful feedback loop where aligned thoughts lead to aligned opportunities, which in turn reinforce wealthy thinking. Consider creating a wealth alignment ritual, a daily practice of consciously selecting and reinforcing thoughts that support your financial goals. This might involve morning visualization, writing wealthy thoughts in a journal, or speaking them aloud. The key is consistency and emotional engagement. When you combine aligned thoughts with genuine feeling, you create a powerful internal environment for wealth creation. The most successful wealth creators understand that alignment isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. They constantly monitor their thoughts, adjusting and refining them to maintain perfect alignment with their financial objectives. This vigilance pays off in the form of clearer decisions, better opportunities, and faster progress toward wealth goals. Your thoughts are like the steering wheel of your financial vehicle. When they're aligned, you move directly toward your wealthy destination. When they're misaligned, you waste energy and resources moving in conflicting directions. By consciously aligning your thoughts with rich outcomes, you create an internal environment where wealth naturally grows and multiplies. This alignment becomes your hidden advantage, silently working behind the scenes to support your journey to financial abundance. Lesson 9. Daily Mental Upgrades for Long-Term Wealth. True wealth accumulation is not a destination, but an evolving journey that requires consistent mental maintenance and upgrades. Like a high-performance computer, your mind needs regular updates to operate at its peak wealth-attracting capacity. The most successful people understand that daily mental conditioning creates the foundation for lasting financial abundance. Your brain forms new neural pathways every time you engage in focused thought and action. By deliberately choosing wealth-oriented mental exercises each day, you strengthen the circuits that support prosperous thinking and behavior. Think of these daily upgrades as installing small but powerful patches to your wealth operating system. Each one builds upon the last, creating an increasingly sophisticated program for success. One of the most effective daily mental upgrades is the practice of wealth visualization with sensory enhancement. Rather than simply picturing financial success, engage all your senses in the experience. Feel the texture of the leather chair in your executive office. Smell the crisp pages of important contracts. Hear the sound of successful negotiations, and taste the celebration of closed deals. This multi-sensory approach creates deeper neural imprints than visual imagery alone. Financial outcome rehearsal is another powerful daily upgrade. Spend 10 minutes each morning mentally rehearsing your responses to various money situations. How will you handle unexpected opportunities? What decisions will you make when faced with investment choices? By practicing these scenarios in your mind, you're pre-programming successful responses that will emerge naturally when similar situations arise in reality. Throughout your day, practice what I call wealth awareness intervals. These are brief moments where you consciously shift your perception to align with abundance. When you see expensive cars, rather than thinking, I could never afford that, train yourself to think, that's the kind of success I'm moving toward. When you pass high-end stores or luxury homes, instead of feeling excluded, recognize them as evidence of the prosperity available in the world. Emotional wealth conditioning is a crucial daily upgrade that many overlook. Each evening, spend time cultivating the emotional states associated with financial success: confidence, certainty, calm, decisiveness, and abundant generosity. Feel these emotions in your body as if you're already experiencing the wealth you desire. This emotional programming helps bridge the gap between your current financial reality and your aspirations. One of the most transformative daily practices is the wealth identity reinforcement exercise. Throughout the day, especially before making financial decisions or engaging in business activities, step into your wealthy future self. Ask yourself, how would my wealthy self approach this situation? What would they think? How would they carry themselves? This consistent identity alignment gradually transforms your self-concept and consequently your financial results. Remember to upgrade your wealth language daily. The words you use shape your financial reality. Replace phrases like, I can't afford it, with, I'm choosing to invest elsewhere right now. Switch, that's too expensive, to, that's not my priority at this time. This linguistic reprogramming might seem subtle, but it creates significant shifts in your wealth consciousness over time. The key to making these daily mental upgrades stick is integration into your existing routine. Attach them to activities you already do during your morning coffee, commute, lunch break, or evening wind down. Think of it as creating wealth consciousness checkpoints throughout your day. Each time you pass through one, you're strengthening your prosperity programming. These daily mental upgrades work on a compound effect principle. While you might not see dramatic changes immediately, each small adjustment builds upon the previous ones, creating an increasingly powerful wealth attraction system in your mind. Just as compound interest grows your money exponentially over time, compound mental programming grows your wealth consciousness exponentially with consistent practice. Lesson 10. Lock in the rich mindset forever. The journey of mental rewiring for wealth creation culminates in the art of permanence, making your new rich mindset an unshakable part of who you are. Like a software update that becomes your device's new operating system, your upgraded wealth consciousness must become your default state of being. This transformation happens not through temporary changes, but through deep neural pathways that fundamentally alter how you process and interact with the world of money and abundance. The human brain demonstrates remarkable plasticity, but it also shows a strong tendency to revert to familiar patterns when under stress. This is why many people experience temporary success with new thought patterns, only to fall back into old habits during challenging times. The key to permanent installation of your rich mindset lies in creating multiple layers of reinforcement that work together to maintain your new programming even under pressure. One of the most powerful techniques for locking in your wealth consciousness is what I call identity fusion. The process of fully integrating your new beliefs about money into your core sense of self. When wealth thinking becomes part of your identity, rather than just a set of practices, it becomes as natural as breathing. This happens through consistent exposure to wealth-generating environments, regular interaction with abundance-minded people, and daily practices that reinforce your new neural pathways. Your brain requires roughly 66 days to fully establish new neural patterns. During this critical period, it's essential to create what neuroscientists call environmental enrichment, surrounding yourself with stimuli that support your new wealthy identity. This might mean redesigning your workspace, upgrading your personal presentation, or deliberately seeking out experiences that align with your desired financial reality. Each of these environmental cues serves as a constant reminder to your nervous system of your new operating parameters. The process of permanent installation also requires what I term pressure testing, deliberately exposing yourself to situations that would have triggered old scarcity responses in the past. This might involve making investment decisions, negotiating high-stakes deals, or handling larger sums of money than you're used to. Each successful navigation of these challenges strengthens your new programming and proves to your subconscious mind that your wealthy mindset is your new normal. Think of your rich mindset as a growing tree. The initial planting and early growth require careful tending, but once the roots are deep and the trunk is strong, it becomes increasingly resilient to external forces. Your wealth consciousness follows the same pattern. Through consistent reinforcement and practice, your new patterns of thinking become self-sustaining and self-reinforcing. Each success builds upon the last, creating a powerful upward spiral of abundance attraction. The final key to permanent installation lies in what psychologists call future pacing, mentally rehearsing your responses to potential challenges before they arise. By regularly visualizing yourself maintaining your wealthy mindset through various scenarios, market downturns, unexpected expenses, or business setbacks, you create neural predispositions that automatically activate when similar situations occur in real life. Social reinforcement plays a crucial role in cementing your rich mindset. Sharing your journey with others, mentoring those who are just beginning their wealth consciousness transformation, and actively participating in communities of abundance-minded people creates a network of support that helps maintain your new programming. When you teach others, you strengthen your own understanding and commitment to these principles. Your wealthy mindset becomes truly permanent when it transforms from something you do into something you are. This happens gradually through consistent practice, but there comes a moment when you realize that thinking abundantly is no longer an effort, it's simply who you've become. At this point, your Rich Rewire is complete, and your new operating system is fully installed, ready to guide you toward ever-expanding levels of wealth and success.